welcome to a new YouTube video. I know I haven't uploaded in a while because some personal stuff happened, but here I am. This video is gonna be how I do my makeup, my updated makeup tutorial. A lot of my friends has been requesting this video of the products I use and how I do my makeup, because every time they see it they're like, oh, it comes out super smooth, it's really pretty, etc. So here we're gonna show you how I do my makeup, every step and every product I'm also show in this video. I'm also gonna show my skincare routine, but that's gonna be towards the end. The timestamps is gonna be in the down below of this video. So if you want to see the skincare first, it's gonna be at this time, and then my makeup this time. So FYI. Also, I don't do my skincare before my makeup, because when I will do my skincare and then my makeup, my face will come out super cakey. I have no clue why. Maybe because it's not dry enough, or it's too wet, or it just doesn't want to go with the makeup. But I don't do it like that no more. But I'm also going to show you guys my skincare. My skincare is really short, so that's going to be like only like 2 minutes long. So skincare at the end, makeup right now. So we're going to go from this to this. So let's get started. Okay, the first step I do is I obviously put one of these on, these headbands, because I want all the baby hairs, all the hair out of my face where I could do my makeup really well. First product I use is the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing. So it's this one right here. And I put this all over my face, so I just do like little, and I put on this one. I use the e.l.f. This one, the pink one. I don't know, it just works really well. They both, the green one and this one, are both great, but I like this one more. And I put it all over my face just like the moisturizer. And then we blend. Meanwhile, the moisturizer and the primer starts drying off, I like to start doing my eyebrows, and I use Anastasia Dip Brow Color Soft Brown. I do not put anything else on my eyebrows besides just the dip brow. The brush I use for my eyebrows to shape them and fill them in is, I use the Anastasia one. It's this one right here. I can't tell you the number because it literally took off, but it came with the dip brow. So let's go ahead and do my eyebrows. Okay, so I end up doing my eyebrows off camera because they take so long to do, and I need to focus when I do my eyebrows. So the stuff I use the dip brow to shape them. I used concealer, the Born This Way Too Faced on shade Nude, to conceal my eyebrows and fix them and shape them how I want. And the brush I use is the Wet n Wild brush. It looks like this, to use it for the concealer. Now since I'm done with that and my primer and moisturizer is dry, I start doing my whole face. The foundation I use on my face is the Fit Me Maybelline New York. It's this one. I love this foundation because it's matte. It does not leave me too cakey, and it's always been my favorite. Shout out to my sister because she's the one who put me on this one. And this is the shade 120 Classic Ivory, or whatever, however you say it. So this is the one I do, and since it doesn't have like a squishing thing, I like to use the concealer brush I use for my eyebrows, and I like to use this end and dip it I use this and then start putting it on my face. I put it all over my face, my nose, my chin. Okay, once that's done, I use this brush. It's by shein. It says right here, shein. And it's this. It looks like this. It's a foundation brush. And I start putting it and mixing it all over my face. I start doing like this, and then I start like moving it all over the small spots on my face. Once that's done, I like to start putting concealer. So I use 2 concealers. This is the first one, the Born This Way concealer. The one I use on my eyebrows. I like to put it under my eyes because it's concealer. So I put it under my eyes right here in the corner. And then I do the same here. Like that. And then I put some in the outer corner right here. Name for my, but they're expensive. This is the RT number 210. And this is how it looks. Expert concealer brush. And then this is the brush I use for this concealer to blend it in. And I start blending in. I don't go like this. I go tap, 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 tap. All over my eye. Make sure you get everything that is red or dark. I like to put it all over under eyes, something like this. Start blending in towards your nose, and then I start putting some on my eyes too. FYI, this is how I do my makeup, so everyone's makeup routine is different, but this is mine. And then I start blending and blending towards the cheek for it to not look like I just have it down here. Blend, blend, blend. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So let's go ahead and, you see, like, looks nice. And let's go ahead and start blending in on the other side off camera. Under eye bags gone. And this is only one concealer. So once I'm done with that concealer, I do contour. Before I add the other contour I put on, which is more white to make my under eyes pop, look bright, I put on contour. So this is the contour I use. The Charlotte Tilbury contour. This is shade medium deep. Medium deep. What I do, where I place my contour, I place it here, 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 and 2 little lines right here. Right here, I like to add a little line, but that's towards the end. I don't really like doing that no more. So I add some here. And the little 2 on the forehead. And it looks weird right now, but once you blend it in, it's gonna look like it was already there. I like to use Beauty Creations. This is the blending contour. And I got 2 sides. I use this side for my nose and this side for my cheeks and forehead. And then I start blending up. Make sure you blend in upwards, like up, up, up. Because if you blend down, your face gonna look like, and you want it to look tight, tone, like up. Is that how you say it? I think it is. So I start blending in. It looks crazy right now, but it's gonna look better after. So don't judge me. Don't judge me yet. And I start blending, blending, blending. The nose, I like to contour it towards the end when I'm done concealing with my second concealer. I like to apply my nose contour, but right now we're just doing the cheek and forehead contour. Okay, so once I'm done contouring, I like to put my second concealer I was talking about. This one is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer, color Vanilla. This one. And shade Vanilla. This one, I like to place it in the middle. Not like the other one that I placed it here and here. I like to place it in the middle. So it's gonna be like this. And then another one here. Like that. And the brush I use to conceal this concealer, because I don't use the same brush for both concealers because it's gonna look funny and the color is off and I don't want that. I use this one. It looks like this. And this one I got in She Glam. So let's go ahead and I start blending it in only here. See how it's brighter than the other concealer? I do that because it makes my under eyes and my eyes pop more and look more bright. So I start blending in. Even towards the nose. For it could not look funny. All the way up. Blend, blend, blend. Sometimes I put some here too. And that's how it looks blended out. And don't worry about the contour ground, we're gonna put bronzer. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Blend it out. Perfect. And whatever I have left of this concealer, I like to put it on my forehead a little bit. For my forehead cannot look too brown because of the contour. And sometimes I move it down here, but depends. It's not always. There it is. It looks funny right now because of the contour, but it's gonna look good at the end. And there's that. And so for my nose contour, I use the same contour, the Charlotte Tilbury, and I do this. I put some here. See that? And then I put some on the other side. And then this part, I put some here. But I'll put it all over like that. And then I'll put a little dot. That's my dog, by the way. So to blend it in, I use the same brush I conceal with, but this side. And I start blending in. Oh man, but I have that blend under here. And then blend up here too. We put the dot. So I blend in my nose. Once that's done, all this is done, that's when I start putting setting powder. And I use the one size powder. My favorite is still Anastasia. No, I'm sorry, Huda Beauty. But every time I go to get some, they're always sold out. I don't know how, but this is the one I'm using right now. one size translucent. So we're gonna go ahead and put that on. And then I use this little powder thing, and I start putting some on. Take off the axis, oops, and then I start putting it on my nose and my cheeks and my forehead, somewhere where you think you're gonna sweat, cause I do that because when I sweat my makeup takes off, and then the only way for it to stay still is if I put powder on those spots and it doesn't take off. And then I'm gonna do the same on the other side. And then we're gonna put some on my cheeks. So I'll start here, down. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side of the cheek. So here, down. And I'll put some leftover on my forehead, because that's where I sweat a lot too. And then on, under, right here. I also like putting it here because it creases here sometimes, and this kind of helps it to not crease. And then like that. And then we're gonna let this sit for a little bit. So meanwhile we're letting this sit, the powder on our face, I like to do my eyeshadow. I do not like putting eyeshadow, but I don't like my eyes to look too plain. So what I do is I use this brush. This is the Wet n Wild brush, eyeshadow brush. And I like to use my bronze from e.l.f. This is shade Matte Bronze, Forever Sun-Kissed. And I like to put a little bit of this on my eyeshadow eyelid. So I do this, tap, and then just put it all over my eyes. For it to have a little eyeshadow and not look too plain, too white. And then I do the same thing on the other side. But it's up to you if you want to put eyeshadow, if you're going out, you want to add color. This is completely to you, but it's just me right now because I'm not going nowhere, and this is just my regular eyeshadow. I don't put no eyeshadow, just bronze. So once we're done with that, I just like to take off the powder now because it's been sitting here for a while now. And then to take off my powder, I just use this brush. I don't know where this is from, or I forgot where I got it from, but it just looks like this. I just use this for the powder to take it off. I'll just take this, everything off, all the axes. And then sometimes the powder doesn't want to fully take off, so what I do, I use a bigger brush. And this is from Sony ZV-1 or something like that from Target, and it's this big. And then I just take out the powder, the one I didn't want to take off with the other brush. And then that's when we're gonna go ahead and start with the bronzer. We're gonna put bronzer in all the areas we put on the contour. And for the bronzer, the brush I use is e.l.f. Ultimate Blending. I don't know. And it looks like this. And this is the one I use for my bronzer. The places I use my bronzer on, I just do this. And then I start placing it all the places we put contour. Remember, upward, upward, up, not downward, not down, because you want your face to look snatched. Up, 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 up. Forehead. And this is where we put some on my jawline. Blend down too, just like the foundation. Put a little bit on the nose as well. You see that? Next step is when we're done with the bronzer, I like to put on blush. The blush I use is Juvia's blush. It's volume 4. And this is how it looks on the inside. And I use both. The brush I use for the blush is this one. Is also from Glam. It looks like this. And I do this. I go 1, 2, 1, 2. Take off excess because this is so pigmented. I'm gonna look too pink. And then I start. From what I learned is you don't put some here. You put some only here. So I tap, tap, tap. You see that? Like tap, tap, tap. But that's up to you. If you want to put some here on your cheek, then go for it. So before I do my eyelashes, I put on my lashes, I like to do a little eyeliner. I used to not do eyeliner, but ever since I got these lashes, I started putting eyeliner and it look bomb. I used to use eyeshadow for the eyeliner because I don't like the liquid eyeliner. But one day I started like crying it over and that whole eyeshadow fell down and I don't trust eyeshadow no more for my eyeliner. So I started using this Sephora brand eyeliner, 12-hour waterproof matte black eyeliner by Sephora. It has this thing right here and it has the eyeliner here. But instead of putting it on like this, I like to open it up a little bit. And I use this brush. It's like really thin. And this is the one I do my eyeliner with. So I do this. I don't know if it goes. This, like this, slowly, because I don't want it to break. Close it for it to not break just in case it falls. And then I start doing my eyeliner. So what I do is I start from here, down here, and down. But I'm gonna do this off camera because I need to focus to not mess it up. Okay, this is how it came out. It's not perfect. I don't like to fill it in fully, but because the eyelashes are gonna cover it. So it's just this. I do it thin and a little bit long, I mean. And once we're done, we start curling our lashes for we can start putting on our lashes. So this is the lash curler I use. I like to use the one that has this thing right here. You see that? Okay, now we're gonna start putting on our lashes. it's gonna be a little hard for me because I have acrylics, so bear with me. The lash glue I use for my lashes is called Duo, D-U-O, and it's the clear one. And the lashes I use to look like this. I got them also in Shein. I'll put the number in the bio below in the description for you guys. If you guys love the lashes, you guys go buy it. And I start applying it on the lash. Simple as that. And then I'm gonna let it dry for a little while, and then I'm gonna put them on. I officially put on my lashes. This is how they look. So now I'm gonna start putting mascara only in the bottom, in the waterline. I do not put mascara on my lashes because I've done that before and they come out clumpy and I don't like that look. So I only put on the bottom line. Mascara I use is the Rare Beauty. It's just a little dirty, but Rare Beauty black mascara. So I'm gonna put that on my bottom line lashes. I also use 2 mascaras for this day. So first is the Rare Beauty. And then once I'm done with this, I use this one by Benefit Roller Lash. I have the mini one, but there's also the big one. And I use this also for my bottom lashes. This is how it looks. This one gives them more. And this is how it looks. I don't know if you can see. That's how it looks. And if I feel like I still need a little bit more, I put on more. Which this one is. Once that's done, we go for highlight. For highlight, I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Americi, I think. And it's a highlighter. It looks like this. I think this highlighter is old, but it works. I just put it on my nose, so. And it's done. So it looks like this. And the brush I use for my highlighter is this one. This is how it looks. And I just put some on my nose. So we're gonna put some right here. Look how pretty that is. Look at that. Just one little dot lights up the whole room. So on the bridge of my nose. Look. On the bridge of my nose. And then I like to put some in my outer corner of my eyes. And then I like to blend it in with my finger. This is how it looks. And for my cheeks, I use Cookie Benefit. And this is how it looks on the inside. This is the Golden Pearl Super Silky Highlighter. This is the inside. And for that, I use this big brush, the highlighter brush. And I just do this, tap, put some on my cheek. Put some on my cheek. I like to put a little bit on my forehead. And then whatever excess I have, I just go again with my nose. And that's pretty much it. And I like to use this same brush to blend everything. Okay, and literally yesterday my setting spray ran out and I will use the one size setting spray. So now I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter mini setting spray I have in my drawer for makeup. So this is what we're gonna use right now, but I usually use the one size setting spray and then I put this one after. Fan it out for it could dry out. This is the whole face and this is how I do my makeup. Just heads up, I'm no MUA. This is just how I do it and how it works for me. And there's a close-up of the base. That is all for the base, and now we're gonna go ahead and do the skincare. So y'all gonna hate me for this because it's really short. I don't really do a lot on my face when I do my skincare. So this is what I do. I shave off my peach hairs and then I start off and I end up putting a little bit of ice all over my face. Once that's done, I put on Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Dew Drops. I have the mini one right now. This is the one I have. I put some all over my face. Mix, 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 mix. Blend, blend, blend. And then I put on Cream Skin Toner and Moisturizer by Laneige. I think that's how you say it. It's this one right here. And then I put that in. Boom. I'm done. My face is glowing. Perfect. And that's basically my whole skincare routine. I told you guys it wasn't going to be a lot. It wasn't going to be all this and this and that. But this is what works for me. So this is what I do. It makes my face glowy and everything too. So if you want to put this before going out too, when you don't feel like putting on makeup, perfect. Your face is gonna look glowy. So that's my skin routine and my base, my makeup routine. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And hopefully you guys are satisfied on how I do my makeup, because this is how I do it, how I like it, how it works for me. So there's that. This is a close-up with the lighting. And yeah, so if you guys really enjoyed this video, even if you didn't, give it a like. Just give it a like, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching and being patient with me. And I tried my best to explain and show everything, so, and I did. So there's that. And that is all for today's video. Bye bye.